Hi guys. I know it's super late and I am so sorry, but I had a couple readings I had to do and then I actually wasn't going to come on, but Tammy said everybody's been asking, so that's what I'm doing and why I'm here. So I can't be on long. It's not going to be a crazy live. It's not going to be like 3 hours or anything. I've got to take care of my animals. But just for a little bit, I thought I'd come on here and answer some questions if you guys had them. I'm kind of tired, so of course no readings or nothing, but I'm here to answer questions if you guys have them about basically anything you guys want to ask. Hello, hello, hello. It's good to have all the first timers here. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. It's good to catch you guys here. Tammy will be on in a little bit. She's doing her hair. Gotta be perfect. Does it look like I care? No, my hair looked a lot better earlier, and I just don't want to mess with it. So, anyways, I thought it would be a good night to come on and answer a few questions in case anybody saw the TED video and they had any questions they wanted to ask, or any questions about the other side, any questions about the work I do. I mean, I don't really know. I don't know. I just am, I guess. I don't know why I'm awesome. I love that. I love that, though. I love that you guys think that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. It makes my face look skinnier for some reason, but also I don't know why there's like this. I don't know. It's weird. There's like a weird glare. There's 2 readings out of Nicola Bully. So you'll have to go check those out. They are now in a playlist because I did more than one. So if you find the Nicola Bully playlist, it's there as well. Yep. I actually did posted one last night. Good to have you here, Shane. And all of you guys. Surprised we have so many here for being so late. You're very welcome. Oops. This computer's weird. When people die, or there is no such thing as die. Okay, we don't use the word. It's pass away. Because there's no such thing as death. I just want to say that. The spirit lives on. Energy doesn't die. So, when it comes to car accidents, it has to do with we all have exit points. Okay. So that's an exit point that one would choose or have in their chart, even if you're driving carelessly, because that's part of the lesson of it, right? So it's in our blueprint, in essential. We do have the free will. So I always like to explain it as we have one main path in life. Okay, but we have many different paths that we can take. I've always heard there's about 3 exit points that you can get, or that you can take. And so depending on what exit point you choose, but it's all preordained, predestined, depending on which way your life is going, if that makes sense. Okay. Well, you can go and watch the video later. But one of the main reasons why I work with Ted is because 1, it's preordained, predestined in our astrology chart. 2, I mean, he's now in the light. He did cross into the light after helping with Idaho 4. So doing that helped him cross into the light. So therefore, he's on the other side in the light and there to help, just like anybody else would be, any other spirit. Just because he had a tough life, he chose tough lessons, he was a bad guy, that was his humanity, that was not his spirit. We have all been bad people in another life. We have all made mistakes. So we can't say if you've been a dictator, or you've been a witch that's killed a bunch of people, or you are unalived a bunch of people, or you are somebody that has unalived your husband or wife or children or whatever. We don't know, right? Because everybody has their choices everybody has their lessons that they choose here to come and fulfill and live. And everybody that was his victims and their families, all involved in the blueprint and the soul contract. We have soul contracts with people. So he was in the dark for a long time because he felt that's what he deserved. But our astrology chart literally makes the Star of David, which, if you know what the Star of David is something very powerful. And I'm not an astrologist, so I can't really explain it that well. If I do write the book, hopefully she will write a chapter in there for me about it, because she can explain a lot better than I can. But basically, it was preordained, predestined, and he helps. So it's very spirit guided from the moment I actually started working on working with him. It was put a stamp on by spirit that yes, I was able to do it, and yes. So but for the full thing of it, you can go and watch the video that I posted today. That's why I posted it, so I didn't have to keep going over the same stuff and telling people the same things. Because it seems that I always answer the same question. Thank you, Denise. Hi, Katie. So when you're on the other side, you are spirit, right? So you have your choices and decisions because you see things from a different perspective. You see the lessons you're going to learn from it. You see all of that. So from a spirit advantage, it's different. Like as humans, okay, so I always like to say that Earth isn't real. Because it's not. It's just a place we come. It's like a school. So basically, we come here to learn. So everybody that's in spirit basically already graduated and went back home, and they're just waiting for us to finish college. That's basically how I like to explain it. So on the other side, we kind of can see how everything is going to play out and the lessons that we need to learn, and it's all approved before we come here, and they'll make sure, are you sure you want to do that? Yes, because we are spiritual beings living a human existence, right? So this place right here right now, it's not really real, in my opinion. They are home, and that is where we belong. So I hope that answers that. No, on the other side, there is no hate. Okay, there's love, acceptance, forgiveness, understanding. There's no negative emotions whatsoever on the other side. And they understand it because they get to see their life review. They get to see their blueprint when they go over there. So they get to see why they had that soul contract with someone else. And it's possible that maybe they unalive them in another life. That's kind of how it happens. You are welcome. So an exit point is something that you choose before you come here. That's something you just decide with your blueprint. I saw him cross over after the guy was arrested for Idaho 4. He came to me, he winked, and he was like, see, I told you so. And then after that, I was like literally having lunch somewhere, and I saw him walk down a tunnel and into the light, and it kept repeating because I kept questioning it. Usually when I question things, it'll repeat like that. And I've never seen him walk down a tunnel. I've always seen them walk into the light. So it was amazing. I saw him walk, he turned around, he smiled, and he kept going. And then the next time I saw him, he was standing with his victims on the other side with everybody with the acceptance and forgiveness that is on the other side. So when I connect, I like to clear my chakras. That's kind of how I start. It's kind of like my way that spirit knows I'm ready. And then I just, depending on like for intuitive guidance or to tap into the psychicness of it, I use questions. A lot of people, we all tap in differently, right? I'm more focused in trying to get the answer that you want. So I will use questions, and that's my way of using that energy of the question to tap into your guides to get you the guidance for a psychic reading. And when it comes to mediumship, I just use pictures. That's how I connect in. Guys, please hit the like button. Yes. So you can't really, breaking soul contracts, You don't really break the soul contracts when you're here. Like, you have the soul contracts, you have to fulfill them. You have to fulfill those soul contracts. That's why you made them. So there isn't really any breaking them. But there is that they do end sometimes. Like when relationships end, that's usually a soul contract is over. Oh, thank you, Shane. I don't see one. I hope I see it. I appreciate that, Shane. That means a lot. You're welcome. So there's actually all of this is explained, the Discovering My Psychic Ability, it's all explained in the Light Up Your Worth podcast and YouTube video. So if you look up Light Up Your Worth RachelleLapham, it will come up. And I explain everything there. It's basically, it was always kind of intuitive. It does run in my genetics. My mom was gifted. My grandma was gifted. It kind of runs down the line. And then I just kind of tapped into it after the loss of my husband. And I started kind of meeting people to understand how to, like, after he passed away, I was like, I told God I wanted to do that kind of work. The cat jumped up here. The same kind of work that people did with me to connect to him, because it was really healing to me. I met with a medium. I was like, I want to do that. So I kind of just started meditating and learning. And then before I knew it, I was channeling. It's just kind of how it worked. But before that, I kind of was always psychic with him. And my book will be coming out. It's actually getting edited right now, or it started getting edited. So it'll be professionally released soon if you haven't watched it yet. Thank you, Nans. Someone dies and they did you wrong and you can't forgive them. Does that person know how it hurt you? So listen, on the other side, when they go to the other side, they have to live a life review. Everybody goes through a life review. In that life review, they experience all the pain that they gave others, or the joy, or whatever impact they had on someone's life. They experience that. So yes, they do know how they hurt you because they feel the same pain that they did to you. And they also know your heart and your soul and everything that you're feeling. And they understand what the connection was and why it happened. You don't, because you're still human and you're still here, but they do on the other side. And they know the soul contract, the blueprint, all of that once they get there. Hopefully that answered your questions. I hope I'm answering your guys' questions. If I don't, and you're not understanding, just let me know. Yep, that's exactly what we are. We're all spirit having a human experience. Humanity is tough, right? It's full of negativity, negative emotions. There has to be a balance of light and dark. So we can't learn anything without there being that dark with the light. And everything is preordained. I mean, think about how I predicted Quentin was going to be found in the landfill 3 years before he was born. It was predestined and preordained because his mom was already on that path, allegedly. So that's kind of how it works. Yes, I can read the future. If you follow me, you will know it comes in a lot in the cases. I can read the future. Like I always tell people, though, like a lot of time my predictions do come true, but everybody has free will and everybody has free choices and they can always shift their path. But a lot of the things I do, like pregnancies, jobs, things like that, usually comes to pass in what I say. I do world events. Those usually come to pass. A lot of the cases with the stuff I get in, it usually comes to pass. So yes, I definitely have the gift of foresight. I definitely can read the future. Hello, Tennessee. Surprised we have so many people here. You guys are all late night owls like me. So the feelings of deja vu are related to you being on your soul path and your soul purpose. So if you feel like some people say that it's like different dimensions, like we're living different lives in different dimensions. That's very possible. So, but I've always learned as deja vu being like getting a glimpse into the fact that you're on the right path. So usually when you have deja vu, it means that you're living your blueprint and you're living your path. Yeah, and it's possible that maybe you were abusive to him in another life. Like sometimes it's karma related. Mine was also abusive, but mine was related to drugs and alcohol. And a lot of times, like you have that soul contract. Like if I wouldn't have went through that with him, I wouldn't be where I am now and being able to help and teach and do the things that I'm doing. So there's always a reason for it. Even if we don't understand it from a human perspective, there's always a spiritual reason for it. That's why I wrote my book, is to try to explain that side. Um, Thank you. Yep. And like I've been through a lot in my life, but I just chose to rise above it and continue on and continue to help people. That's just, a lot of light workers and a lot of people that do what I do, they have a hard path. And it's to have the compassion that they need to have to do this work, and the understanding as well. It's okay. Again, our soul contract, our purpose, he decided to leave to save my life. More in my book. Um, I've come to understand that's the way it's supposed to be. He's much better on the other side. He really struggled here. Yes, they're still able to pass over. Just because the murderer isn't caught or their body isn't found does not mean they do not cross. Most of the time they do. I actually have not contacted anybody that hasn't. I'm kind of wondering about Nicola, though, because she doesn't really want to. I don't know if she doesn't want to talk to me or what's going on. She's the hardest one I've ever had, but they don't have to decide to talk to us. That's another thing that people need to understand about mediumship. In the 10 years that I've done this, I've never had one time. There was only one time that I had a hard time with someone coming through and it felt like there was a block there. And I still got information, but it was not like the normal readings that I do where I get a lot of information. That's one time in 10 years that's happened, but they do not have to decide to talk to us. I usually call them to me, and usually they want to, but they don't have to. So that's another thing people have to understand. But yeah, they can still, they don't get stuck. I know there's a lot of people that don't understand how this works, that do like EVPs and things, that try to say that, oh, they haven't been found, or oh, they're, the murderers walking around, so they're stuck. It doesn't work like that. They definitely most of the time cross over. And also my life review, and it was painful. Obviously he was sent back, but that was a profound thing for him. Exactly. So your life review, depending on how you treated people, can be good or bad, right? Like if you gave people a lot of joy and a lot of happiness, you're going to feel that. But a lot of times we don't, we're not perfect. So we're going to give some people pain sometimes. So we have to feel it all, the good, the bad, the ugly. And it helps our soul evolve. That's what helps us heal on the other side. It's amazing that he had his life review and actually had to come back. But there's probably a reason he came back. It's not his time. He was sent back probably to share that. If you watch a lot of the NDEs on like YouTube and stuff, they all explain all of this that I'm telling you guys. So if you don't believe me, just go watch some near-death experiences, and they'll tell you exactly how it is and what they experienced when they went to the other side and came back. Glad to have you. I know, guys. I'm sorry I haven't been on a live. It's hard doing private readings and then doing cases, and I just don't have the time. And this still takes it out of me. And then I get on here and I stay on here for hours, and I can't do it. You would mention him here and there, but yeah, he did. It's been about 11 years ago. In May. Wait. 2011. What year are we in? 23. Anyways, it was 2000. No, not 11. 2012. 2012. So, yeah, but I know the reason for it now and everything, and it's okay. He's much better on the other side. He can help me more from where he is, because he was a very tortured soul here in this. So he's much happier. I'm all of it. Clairsentient, clairaudient, clairvoyant, and clairsentient, clairvoyant, clairaudient, claircognizant as well. I had to think for a second. So I'm all those. I work with everything depending on how spirit wants to work. Sometimes I just know stuff. Clairvoyant is really big with me. I can see a lot. Clairsentient, not as strong as I would like it to be, especially on a map. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Clairsentient is the clear feeling, or you feel emotions. It's a lot stronger than it used to be, definitely. I was like emotional for the last couple days. I don't even know why, but clairaudient, definitely clairaudient. So my clairvoyance and clairaudient came first, and then the others kind of followed. Well, I can't really say that, because when I was helping in the grief group, I would just know things and just tell people things. So that's claircognizance, when you just know things. Thank you very much. I'm glad you like my channel. Woo. Yeah, huge night owl. So there is I think I can't remember if it was auto write 7 or 8 that I did, which I am going to do another auto write soon. So just hold tight. I will do another one. I did see a hot air balloon, so that might be what it was, because I don't know what else a hot air balloon would be. Spirit comes in symbols and signs, and I'm going to see it as a hot air balloon. That's the best way they could show it to me. So that is probably what it was. Definitely. I have a lot of Australia people. Yeah. Thank you very much for the super sticker. I appreciate it. I can't do anything in the mornings either. It's really bad. I don't get up till noon. How do you know someone's your soulmate if there's a difference between soulmate and twin flame? Oh gosh, Veronica, this question. So soulmate, we can have many different soulmates. Okay, we can have friends, lovers, dogs, kids. They can all be soulmates. Family, and they can be soulmates. It's like a soul connection, very strong. It's usually, most of the time, unless it's karmic, it's very like harmonious. Okay, twin flames is very chaotic and crazy and obsessive feeling. And I kind of wrote my book about the twin flame and the feeling of it, because that's what my husband was. So it's like, I understand that feeling. It's very obsessive. Like you really can't and don't want to live without the other one. Like, you have to always be talking to him. Like, it's an obsessive attraction. And most of the time it is, most of the time there's like lessons there, especially the dark will always try to break up twin flames. So there's a lot that happens. And I notice a lot of the times the male is the weaker part. Sorry, guys. But normally that's what I've seen with a lot of twin flames. And they usually have addiction problems or issues. And so it makes the connection hard. There's only about 1% of twin flames that actually make it, because it's so hard on Earth. But once one's on the other side, it's a little bit easier. But yeah, because of the humanity of everything, it's a little tough. So that's the kind of difference between a soulmate and a twin flame. You only ever get one twin flame. I don't care what anybody says. You don't have multiple twin flames. One ever. Part of your soul, share your soul, mirror yourself. It's your mirror. But you can have many different soulmates. So hopefully that explains that. Everyone has guides, and we have multiples. We have multiple guides. We have multiple animal guides, angels. Doing some looking, and Mike crossing the Nicola lady that died in her body as I found is really close. Yeah. I don't know. You guys, I try to work on as many cases as I can, but I'm only one person. I'll never work on them all. I found out some interesting stuff, though. The CEO that I was getting is actually like, he's into some shady crap, and he looks like I described. So I thought that was really interesting. And there's a lightning bolt involved with him. So I thought that was weird. Thank you very much. 41. Well, currently I think it's on Amazon still. I don't know if they've removed it yet. I don't know if they can remove it. I don't know how that works. But I would wait till it comes out with the new cover and everything. I'm excited about it. He messaged me today and said that he was editing it. Oh, well, you know what? It might not be sold out. It might be they took it off of Amazon because it's now with a publisher. So that might be why you can't buy it. But when it comes with a publisher, you guys can buy it once it gets released. I think it's going to take a couple months. Well, it already started editing, so it shouldn't take long, because I don't think there's much to edit on it, honestly. Thank you. I'm glad that I can make you a believer. I believe that's part of why I'm here. Yeah. So usually when you hear your name or something like that, that's the opening of your clear audience. And we don't really ever need to know what they're trying to tell us. Sometimes they're just trying to let us know we're there. It's not ever anything like a message or really. I can connect with anybody on the other side. I just don't like to connect with celebrities. I have a few that I like to try. Um, some of the celebrity readings, the ones that I've done, are mostly on Patreon, like Marilyn Monroe and Princess Di. Like I did those ones; those are on Patreon. I mean, I wanted to do Kobe. I just got so tired the day of his anniversary, and I didn't get to do it. But I will do that eventually. I hope. It's just I like to work on. I'm a crime medium. I mean, I like to work on the crimes. I feel like that's where I make a difference, not really the celebrities too much. Honestly, it's just not my pull towards it. There's another medium that doesn't really like to do celebrity stuff either. John Edwards, I believe. Not really. Honestly, my boundaries are so good that I don't get bothered. There's been times where, I mean, there's exceptions to every rule, and there's been times where my guides had let them through, like afterwards. Like I've had there's times where I get information when I'm not connected. That happened a lot in Idaho 4. I would get random information, like the curly hair that didn't come in a reading at first. I got it randomly. So there's like certain things that I will get randomly, and then sometimes they do, but it's a rarity. I don't get bothered. And I always just think, am I really meet them? Because I have to sit here and like try to connect to them. They don't just, but that's just because my gatekeepers and the way they are, I guess. Like I don't feel in my clairsentient, like I don't feel spirit a lot. It's really weird. I don't know. I'm just different. I don't know. I definitely do have them on speed dial. Yes. Yes. And that's just the way it's supposed to be. Yep, exactly. And that's what I'm saying is like he still had a purpose, he still had a reason. And it's probably to tell his story, because a lot of the NDEs, like they tell their story, and that's the big purpose of it. They're saying that Tim is actually Paul's cousin. I don't know how true that is. Well, it's not as clear as people think. Okay, it's not like I'm sitting here watching a movie. It's different watching a movie. Like it's different. Like I can't watch horror movies and things like that. But it's not as clear, and I can handle it because I'm looking for the truth. So, and they're not what's the word I'm looking for? They're not like overkill with showing me things. Like spirit will never be gruesome and stuff like that. They just won't. They just more or less give me the idea. And there are times where I've seen things, but it's not like clear like I'm watching a movie. It's hard to explain, but I mean, I can handle it because I know like the soul contracts, the life review, blueprints. Like I understand all of that. And so I'm looking for the truth, and actually I'd like to see more. So I'm always looking for the truth, and so that's what my mentor used to tell me. She said, you're really good at this crime stuff because you're just searching for the truth. And a lot of people can't handle that. Like a lot of people can't handle the kids stuff, but I'm able to do it with no problem. I'm able to separate myself from that. And that's just part of, I think, why I'm able to do it. This is all in my astrology chart, me doing this work. So, I mean, I'm built for it, I guess. He is charming. Yeah. Well, he was very charming even when he was in the dark. He was charming, but he was more like a little bit narcissistic, kind of like how he was here. But on the other side, he's dropped all those negative attributes. And like last night I was telling him, he's like, you just need to listen to me. It was more like I'm teaching you. So that's how he is on the other side. And he's He's always been nice to me, like in a way charming. Yeah. I remember the first reading I did with him, I was a little creeped out because he's like, "Don't worry, you're not my type. I wouldn't, I wouldn't have done it with you. I wouldn't have taken your life." I'm like, "Okay, dude." And then he also told me they talked about me over there. So those were interesting readings. But I did make him a playlist today, so you can find all his readings in there. Okay, yeah, 11 years. It'll be 11 years in May then, Annie. Thank you. I'm not good with I knew I can remember it's 10, 11. Yeah, which they're not married. That tells you a lot. And that says I'm sorry, but when Ted calls you a sleazeball, there's something there. I'm intuitive, but I shut it off when I was a teen. It's starting up again after my awakening. Lots of meditation. Lots of meditation. Lots of learning. Okay, lots of understanding how this works and learning about the clairs, learning about the chakras, learning about everything that you can learn about the other side, etc. And lots and lots of meditation, and then just using it. That's the best way to do it. I do. You can find the booking link in the description box below. So 10 years ago, I realized I had it. If you watch like I said, I'll probably post. I've posted the link several times. I'll repost it on my community page if you want to keep an eye out for it. But it's Light Up Your Worth podcast. There's a YouTube and there's also a podcast. I explain it all on there. I don't know. I think sometimes some of us just connect to the night more than the day. I know I have night guides, so I have an owl, I have a wolf, I have a leopard. Those are all nighttime guides. I don't know. That's just when I get my energy the most is nighttime and when things are the quietest for me. And it could have something in your astrology chart as well or something like that. I haven't done Crystal Rogers. I always get fire with her, but I've never done a reading with her. You're welcome, Veronica. I'm trying to catch up on all these. I'm going one by one. So if you've always had a kind of like more harmonious relationship, more than likely soulmates. Twin flames usually don't last that long. I mean, they can. It's rare though. It's more of a chaotic relationship with twin flames. No, there's nothing else for me to do in Idaho for. He's been arrested and there's nothing else for me to do. It's all up to the cops now. Hello. How is your makeup doing? I think I remember you from your makeup stuff. And we had that reading, House of M. I want you to tell me if anything's changed or going on. I've been waiting for an update from you. Oh, it wasn't? It might not be up there anymore. I'm telling you, when they started to edit, they probably took it off of Amazon. That's the only thing I can guess. So again, meditation is super important. You have to be able to quiet your mind to let spirit come to you. So meditation, there's lots of development meditation, learning everything you can, because that tells spirit you're ready. And a big thing that people have to understand, and auto writing and like using it and stuff like that. But the big thing people have to understand is you cannot be afraid. You cannot be afraid. If you have any kind of fear about this or anything, spirit, they won't work with you, because you just cannot be afraid. Tennessee Shine, you're funny. Thank you. anybody can connect with their spirit guides. You don't need to know their name or anything. There's guided meditations on YouTube that you can go look up, and you can use those to meet with your guides. I am going to eventually do meditation. I can figure if it stays quiet, like maybe at a time like this. I need to do because everybody says that my voice helps them fall asleep. So I'm thinking about doing like a meditation video or something. Did I skip your question, Gigi? I'm sorry. Can you ask it again? I'm trying. Nope, never done Scott Peterson. No need now. I mean, they found him. Found her. He's in jail. I mean, Neo is doing great. He is doing great. He's got a naked belly, but he's doing okay. And I have made sure there's no plastic he can eat. I didn't see it, Gigi, I promise. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. There's certain ones that I'm drawn to, like Paul Walker. I'd like to do a reading on him. Kobe, I'd like to do a reading on him. Michael Jackson. But like, yeah, as far as like their lives and stuff, unless it comes in like an auto write, I don't like to even. I don't know. I have no idea. My soul's right yet. Yep. Serial killers are I don't know. I have a thing with them. I don't know. There's no reason to really I think he did it. I don't really. You guys have to understand it takes a lot of time and energy to do readings, and I try to do it where I can make a difference and find people and, help find murders and stuff. If stuff is already like coming to a fruition and coming to a closure, I don't like to really work them unless I feel a pull to it. I always go where I'm guided and pulled for different reasons, because spirit does have the interconnects and they want me to work things in a certain way. So I kind of just which that reminds me, I gotta get with someone too. We're gonna do Cecilia. I gotta get with her to schedule that, and I forgot. So I definitely can't watch horror movies. I can watch like true crime stuff, but not horror movies. I don't know if I understand this. The spice of life. Does your gift ability go hand in hand with the paranormal? I mean, it is paranormal. So, yeah, I guess. If I understand that right. One time, I was going to sleep and I heard the name Lacey Peterson, and that's the most I've ever done. I can't remember what that was. I was like over a year, like 2 years ago. I was going to do reading and I never did. And I just try to go where I can help. Yeah, I don't see Gigi's question. So if she can just ask it again, I'd appreciate it. Do you get messages for us watching here now from people past, or does it have to be personal reading? I am not doing readings tonight. I am too tired. I've done a couple readings tonight in that video. I'm just exhausted. And I like to use a picture to get it, because it can be too much. I just don't connect the way like Matt Fraser and them do. I just don't. That's not the way my gifts work. I prefer to use a picture and do it privately. Otherwise it can get a little crazy. You don't know who's talking. It gets wild. So yeah, I prefer to do it personally. I don't know. I mean, the astrologer that I'm friends with, she's actually in the group. I have to make sure she's doing readings and stuff. I totally like her. I would totally I'll get with you once I find out her information, because I only know it like through Messenger. But if she has like I know she does like cards and stuff too. So I need to find out what her information is, and I'll let you know. So I don't know what a totem pole would be, and that wouldn't really be a guide. So a wolf, you can just, I mean, wolves are usually teachers. I have my main guide is a wolf, a gray wolf. His name's Anselo, and he's very protector. He's the one I work with the most. But there's so much on guides, like you can Google wolf guide and it'll tell you everything about it. No, I mean, it really doesn't work like that for me. I mean, sometimes it does. I can't say ever. Sometimes it does. Like there was, when we were doing the soul contracts live, Tammy's dad started coming in and making me cough. So there are times where it does happen. If one's really strong, they will get through. Like I'm feeling things now, but I don't know where it's connected. And like I said, I'm not going to do any readings. I'm too tired. So I have a way that I block it off. And spirit will know. Dude, it was funny though. It was so funny. Like I don't take it. I'm glad I wasn't his type, right? But I mean, it was funny. I don't know. You have to watch the reading. It comes up. But those were auto writes, the first couple I did before I started actually channeling live. Yay, did you start anything, like any new products like we talked about, House of M? I just want to know if any of the stuff that we talked about is happening for you. No, I'm not like a Long Island medium. It doesn't work like that for me. And I know that John Edwards says you shouldn't do that anyways, to step into someone's energy. People have different different beliefs on that. I just don't, I don't know. I get tired just talking to you guys, though. I can tell you I get drained. Just with so many people here, it gets to be a lot. And the reason why I don't do live readings anymore is because I was picking up on the chat and it was interfering with the readings. And that happened a lot more than I freaking wanted it to. Because then when I look back and then like I'm telling Tammy, like, now it doesn't make sense. And she's like, well, they were talking about it in the chat when you were bringing it up. And I wasn't reading the chat, but I was mind reading it. Like I mind read all the time, especially with my friends, especially with Tammy. I mind read all the time with her. And so yeah, that's why we don't do live readings anymore. But yeah, I mean, sometimes like I said in the soul contract video, her dad came in really strong. It just depends on if I pay attention to it. It can happen. It can happen. Yeah, I'm going to work on a meditation video. I promise. I've been thinking about it. I have done Carly, but I never released it. I don't know if I will, because that's a very dramatic family. Her bio mom like attacked me and the lady I was working with on it. And I just don't want to deal with it. I don't know if that's something I'll ever do again or not. So I am too, actually. I'm blown away by my accuracy on that case as well. So yeah, I believe the Amber Hagerman and Missy Beavers are on my podcast. All links you can find below in the description box. Lauren Spear is also there as well. I don't know what's going on with the podcast right now. The lady that I was doing it with, she's got a lot of stuff going on, so it's on pause. And maybe that's best because I don't really have time for it. But all the old podcasts from when I was working it before and the new ones with her, they're all below. The links are below. I don't quantum jump. Nope. You know what though? I thought about watching one of those videos and trying to do it. That would be cool. Dude, you know how many comments I get about people falling asleep to my videos? It's absolutely insane. So yeah, I should probably do a meditation, huh? I get that comment all of the time. Yes, meditation is great for connecting with spirit guides. They have specific ones on YouTube for that. I know it's bad, obviously, because but it's weird because the only serial killer that really and there's a connection. I swear there's a past life connection with Ted, because When she was doing my chart, she asked me that. She's like, are you sure you don't have a past life? Because the way that our charts are. So we may have a past life. That may be why there's like this connection there. It's very, very possible. And I know that's like weird to say, but we never know. So, you know, super possible. But he's the only one I really, I don't know. I mean, I like serial killers and true crime and stuff, but he's one that I'm very want to know more about and stuff, or connected to, or, I don't know what the word would be. Fascinated. I don't know. Yeah. See, I don't know why you guys say my voice is like this. I don't hear it myself. I don't hear it myself. Yep, I love Chastity. Thank you very much. I love Chastity. Chastity's great. What part do chakras play in your gift? I'm a massage therapist and a healer. Since I got COVID, I do not trust my energy. I'm afraid I can't heal anyone else because I cannot heal myself. So chakras play a huge part. They are your energy centers. When they are off, everything is off. If they are not balanced, then you are not balanced. So a big thing that you probably need to work on with COVID or being sick is your chakras, specifically where COVID hits, which would be like your head and your chest, those chakras. And there's even foods that you can eat, the colors of the chakras, that will help as well. But lots of vitamin C with COVID, vitamin C, zinc, echinacea, all of those on very high. And imagine green on around yourself all the time, especially around the parts that are affected. If you imagine green every day, like, it does help. I've healed people that my one of my friends, her mom fell and hurt her head really bad, and they're surprised she's alive, and it's because I sent healing to her. Miracle. So you can do that to yourself. It's all about intention as well. When you're putting the green around yourself. What the heck? Oh no. Did I freeze? All of a sudden my stuff won't work. Uh-oh. Am I still here? Can you guys still hear me? For some reason I can't take off the comments or anything. It's like everything froze. Well, that comment's stuck there for now. I got kicked off. Can you guys hear me okay? Okay. Can you hear me? Okay, good. Because I didn't really check my mic before I came back on. Sorry, guys. I got kicked off. All right. I don't know what happened. Okay, here we go. Back to where I was. So, never done Edgar Case. I've never spoke with Edgar Casey. No. More than likely a spirit. As far as a doorbell, I'm afraid to like click these now because I don't want to freeze it again. It does take a lot out of me, and I'm stressed out about, because I had to put everything into a booking app because I couldn't handle all the people that were wanting readings after the Idaho 4 thing. And the way that I did it, like, I was trying to block off a certain amount of time so that people could have like a chance to choose different time frames, which I should have just blocked out an hour or two a day. I blocked out like 3 hours and people booked it all up. And so that's going to be a lot on me. So I'm stressed out about it because I mean, I need a little bit between readings, and I've made it so I don't have any. But hopefully if I communicate with them, I can get a little bit more time between readings, because that was just, it takes a while. And then if I do too much, like I get down and I get very drained, and that's why I don't do like cases. That's why I don't do lives. It's because I get so exhausted. I just can't. Yeah, I've heard about Vel, but actually I really love the astrologer I know, because she's very accurate on a lot of stuff, like really, really good. You know what, Steph? I get that a lot, because I actually teach. Well, I'm not teaching now, because I don't have the time, but everybody that I've ever taught has grown. And even poor Tammy is now seeing spirit now. So for some reason, when people work with me or they get involved with me, they start opening their gifts, which is a great thing. They also heal. I get a lot of, there's a shift in people's energy, and there's a shift in, when you get a reading with me, you start to heal. There's just a shift in your energy field. So I don't know. You know what? When I was a kid, I always felt like I was being watched. And I always had this like weird inkling, like, why am I here? Like, what am I here to do? Those kind of thoughts came to me as a kid. It was really odd. When I got with my husband, everything kind of, and that's because he's my twin flame. So everything kind of boosted. And like, I'd be able to tell him like he was going to get in trouble. And he would tell his friends, and they think he was crazy. And then what happened? So then, like, after my husband, well, I knew something was going to happen the night my husband passed. I just had this really, really bad feeling. I couldn't go to sleep. And all of a sudden I had this peace wash over me. And it was around the time that he passed away. And the next thing you know, I'm waking up and there's a cop at my door. But it was after that, like, I started having weird stuff happen around the house because he was messing with me. He was trying to tell me he was there, like slamming doors and just being weird, until I got this reading. Then I got the reading and it all kind of calmed down. And then I started kind of getting attacked by the dark, because I guess I was opening up, or I had asked to open up. But really, when I started like doing card readings and stuff, because I used to do card readings, that's kind of how I opened up. That's when I started getting visions. But I think it wasn't until October. I always say October is my anniversary. A lot of things happen for me in October for some reason, but that's when I opened the grief group, and I started channeling, not realizing I was channeling, and having visions. And I can only remember like one of the first readings I did, and I've told this story a million times, but the lady, I asked her, I said, I'm getting a lot of stuff, and can I do a reading for you? I'm new, I'm learning. I can't promise it's going to be good, but can I tell you what I'm getting? And she said, sure. And I said, well, I'm seeing mashed potatoes. And she said, you're kidding me, right? I was like, no, I don't understand why I'm getting mashed potatoes, but I'm seeing it. She said, well, I'm standing at the stove right now cooking mashed potatoes. So I think, that's the one I remember, but I'm sure I had visions leading up to that, as far as, when I would meditate and stuff, I would see my husband and all of that. So, I don't know. It's hard to say. So Audible, I want to make it through Audible, but it's more expensive. It's like $300 more. And so if I don't win it, because you can win it with this, if I don't win it, then if I start selling the books, then I can add it later and put it on Audible. But as of now, it's not, just because it was too much. But it is something I do want to do. I don't believe Long Island Medium is fake. I've actually talked to people that have had readings by her that said she's very accurate in what she does. So, I give people the disclosures before I give them a reading. I don't feel like she's fake. That's my opinion. I've seen her get stuff, like, she doesn't get a lot of details, but she gets enough. And I don't feel that. And like I said, I know people that have gotten readings from her that says she's legit. So, I mean, I'm sure that there's people that say that I'm fake. I don't appreciate when people, just assume that about mediums. That's because your chakras are off. You need to fix your chakras and fix your energy centers are off. You need to balance them. That's a big part of it. Oh, thank you. Oh, excuse you. Goats are at my feet. So why do we feel connections to people we've never met? Whenever I see or hear about Xana, I feel like we would have been good friends. Not if it matters, but her and I are the same age. Soul connections. You could have been, you could be soul family, soul connections. You could have known each other in a past life. There's a lot of different reasons for that. I feel that way with Paul Walker. So, I mean, you never know. No, I don't do tarot. I don't use tarot. I don't need to. I have a hard time remembering what the cards mean and stuff and putting them together in a storyline. I have a lot of tarot cards. I love tarot cards, but I don't really use them. I used to. Like, it was a big part in opening up. I get that a lot. I get that a whole lot. I can't even count, like, on one hand how many times I've been told. Thank you. Yeah, you guys you need to clear your energy centers. Your energy centers are off. When you get sick, your energy centers get a lot of balance and out of whack. Yeah, I was just told that the CEO, I mean, I was sent some emails on it, that the CEO is actually like a pretty shady dude, and he looks like I described too, gray hair and all that. Yeah. I know, I don't understand why people would listen to readings while they're falling asleep, but okay. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Mm. So if you go back into my random auto writes, I did get a lot of war stuff. I don't know because I haven't been, I mean, I've been shown some stuff, but I haven't been. We'll see what the next auto write tells me, but there has been way back soldiers marching and things. Like, there has been some things of war that I've gotten. So it's all in the random auto writes. I can only give what I get. If spirit doesn't show me, they don't show me. If they do, they do. That's like people ask me, like, is this person gonna be found? I don't know because I'm not given that information. Just like I was told that BK was going to be arrested. Okay, I was given that information because I was supposed to be given it because of the timing. Same thing with Delphi, timing. So those are, it just depends. I always say I'm not going to stay on here long, and here we are an hour later. I don't have a lot of paranormal experiences, actually. I don't. I mean, if I go to like a haunted place, I can feel like the pain and stuff. I get like really heavy feelings and feel the pains and stuff. I used to have, I mean, I've had some paranormal experiences, but I don't have a whole lot. No, definitely not. My husband is my twin flame, not Ted. But there's definitely a connection there. Yeah, I know, you guys. I know there's a lot of cases that need to be worked, but I'm only one person, and I get to what I can when I can. That's just because, you know, my private readings have to come first because that's my livelihood. If I could just make money on crime, I would. You know, not that I don't like helping people, but I truly love crime and doing that. But that's just not how I make my livelihood, unfortunately. So crime has to come second and my private readings come first. And so they're very draining as it is. So it kind of just like I do crime when I can. That's the best way. That's the best I can say. Yes, Veronica, that was a good reading. I wish, but unfortunately, it's weird. Even with like Sensing Murder and them getting every single detail, if you guys have ever watched that show, they don't even really listen or follow up. They always say, "Oh, we only take facts. We don't work with psychic mediums." But here they are telling them how to solve the case and where the person is or who the person is and all of these details if you've ever watched it. And the cops still won't listen. So it just depends, you know, if you get there are exceptions to the rule. I mean, there was a cop that decided on Sensing Murder to come and work with them again twice, and the second time and they got a name for him and he was like blown away. He had him even sign the papers. So there are open cops out there, but unfortunately they deal with facts. And so that's why I put my YouTubes out, because sometimes it's that way the information's out there. And if people run across, you know, if whatever I say rings a bell and they want to go, I'm not saying mess up a crime scene or anything like that, but go look and then call the cops. Well, that's factual once they're there. But unfortunately, you know, that's how it is. Now when it came to Jolissa, I'm kind of wondering if he didn't get my reading because I had been working with the family and I gave the cousin my information and she knew the cop and he was in the family chat room and my reading was put in there. So I'm just wondering if he actually just kind of followed it one day or if he just followed his gut. Who knows? No one knows. Yeah. I do that with people. Like it's weird. Like some people have that healing energy. John Edwards actually talked about it. I'm just a healer. That's just what I do. Is it? It shouldn't be. I don't know. So I mean, career, relationship, if it's intuitive guidance, those are the biggest ones. I don't hear it in my voice like that. Everybody says that, but I'm glad. I'm glad. But I don't hear it, I guess. I don't know. I think I sound like a little kid, but whatever you guys say. Thank you. I know. I like my hair too. It makes my face look thinner. No, October of 2012. Yeah, see, and that's another case I want to work. And I'm telling you guys, I do not know nothing. I have not watched any of the trial. I do not know anything because I've been asked multiple times to work it. If I'm ever asked to work a case, I don't want to know anything because it taints the reading. So, you know, a lot of people say, oh, you get, you know, you Googled because you're getting facts. No, I'm just giving it by spirits giving it to me to validate, because it will get facts because that's what happened. So I do want to work this case. I just have not. And I know that people are going to say, oh, you saw it. No, I don't. I stay away from stuff if I'm ever going to work it. I have not watched any of the trial or nothing. I don't know crap about that case, honestly. Yes. I am booked out till October, though. Just keep in mind. Okay, so it is on Amazon. How weird. I thought they would have taken it off by now. Maybe they won't take it off till they release the new one. Probably. I mean, everybody's gifted differently. Like I said, you just need to learn to control it with meditation and things like that. Learning how spirit connects with you, learning how, you get your information and all of that. I mean, yeah, we can see them. That's for sure. I mean, they're spirit, right? Yes, I do. Link is booking link is in the description box. Yes, that's just being friends. I'm telling you. And she's not the only one that's had experiences since they just are friends with me and are around me and stuff. It's so odd. I don't know. Yeah, everybody's got intuition. Yep. I started it with Tammy. It just happens. I don't know. Like I said, when people take my classes, they're doing readings by the end of the class. It's just weird. I don't know. I always was told I was meant to be a teacher. Actually, I do. I do recommend tarot. Tools and everything is really good for opening up. Auto writing, tarot, pendulum. I mean, anything that you feel drawn to use, it will help open you up. I use tarot. I mean, I used oracle cards and things like that. That's how I opened. So yeah, I do suggest it. No, cards don't ruin your gift. Nope, they don't. They can be accurate, okay, depending on who uses them and how they read them and everything like that. And if they use their intuition and they know what they're doing, they can read them. It's no different than me perceiving what I perceiving things from the cards. The cards can be very accurate. Just depends. And they definitely do not ruin your gift. And I do suggest them because I started with them. Doesn't mean you have to always have them and use them, but I mean, I use them sometimes. I mean, I have this deck right here that we used on the Soul Contract. It's the Rebel deck, and this tells you off. Awesome. So, I mean, you are welcome. I'm glad that you're here participating. There is no language barrier. Okay, there's no language barrier. We all speak the same language on the other side. They chose to come here as someone that speaks Spanish. That's what they did when they were here. On the other side, there's no language barrier. I don't know what CERN is. Copper. I have no idea what that is. I tell you, I live under a rock on purpose. I don't know. So not everybody dreams in color. If you're clairvoyant, you normally dream in color. It might just be that your third eye isn't open or something. I don't know. I've never heard of that. You can always ask him to come in again and help. You don't really want my opinion on this because you won't like it. Thank you. There are 2 readings out, Sean. You guys, before you ask me to work a case, please check my playlists and stuff. There's a lot of cases that people ask me to work that I've already done. my mind doesn't shut down. I'm an Aquarius. I'm an Aquarius. My mind doesn't shut down. Well, I'm a natural witch. I feel that it's fine. I mean, it's of the earth. There's nothing wrong with it. We bear gifts for a reason. I don't have anything. I have witch in my line. Lots of psychics are witches. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it, as long as it's used for good. As long as it's of the light. Now, when it comes to like the dark stuff, let me tell you, I've had thoughts of making little dolls for certain people. But I didn't do it because there's consequences that come with the dark magic. But definitely. I mean, I even use it and don't realize it with manifestation and stuff like that. Totally fine. We're kind of thinking he could be, honestly. And I know a lot of people may not understand that, may not like it. I really don't care. Once you're in the light, you can decide, like I said, if we have that path together, that's what it'll be. He can go through the training to do it, and he can definitely do it. And it kind of makes sense a little bit. Because he's cool to work with me on whatever. Either that or a consultant. I don't really know what he is. I kind of had the idea that he could be coming one. Yep. Unfortunately, they have to know it all, and they screw crap up a lot because of it. Yeah, there is if you go to the playlist, if you go to my channel and you go to the playlist, if you go to like, I think it's random auto write world events, it'll say world events on it. You can go on there and find it. Hey, Criming Shame, what's going on, man? Oh, yeah. Psychic Detectives is a good show. There are cops that do work with them when they get stuck. I mean, that's really old. I don't really know. I've heard that there are some police stations that have their own psychics on call. I actually knew somebody in LA. She told me she worked with the police. I don't know if it was true or not, but I mean, they do sometimes. It just depends. Like I said, if they ever ask me, I'll be more than willing to help. I worked with an old prosecutor on Beverly Warzay, probably saying her name wrong as I always do. If you go to American Crime Cast and you listen to the Beverly one, I was the medium they were talking about in there, and I actually worked with the old prosecutor on that case, and he was like, "How do you know all this stuff? Like, this was never released to the public." I was like, "I don't know, I just do." And so he was totally open, and he was cool to work with, but the cops would not listen to him at all. So she's doing good. Her appointment's the 22nd, so she's just trying to prepare herself for the situation. It's going to be in the making. Well, it's going to be about kind of what my video was about today, and the whole like what our path is and all of that, and trying to teach people, that we can't condemn people forever. So it's going to be something like that. And the astrology will be in there. The astrologist said she would write something up, so hopefully she does. Nope, but I do get extremely drained and I'm getting a headache. But like I said, it's just sometimes it's too much. About 30. I mean, like I said, I had experiences when I was younger. I had an experience when I was in my 20s where I woke up and I was there was this like I think it was an angel or something. I don't know. It was like gold, and well, the whole thing was the dogs were barking outside. I was living by myself in an area that wasn't great. My dog at the time, he came and laid on the bed and he was staring at the door, barking at it. There was something that was going on outside. I don't know if I was being protected or what. I finally fell asleep, and I woke up to this beautiful golden I'll never forget it. It was I even sat up. So I was awake, but I saw it, and it was this beautiful golden angel, I guess, and he handed me a necklace. This was like in my 20s, and I reached out to grab it. My dog was looking at the same place. So I don't know if that was like kind of like a stepping stone, but again, like when I was younger, I always had this feeling I was being watched. I always had this feeling like, what am I doing here? Like, what is my life? like purpose? Like, why do I feel like I'm being watched? Like, I had all these like weird things going on as a child that I could, from what I can remember. I probably had more experiences. I just don't remember them. But then in my 20s, I had that experience. And then when after my husband passed away, but that was like, when I had that experience, that was prior to my son being born. So that was prior to me getting pregnant by like a year. And then my son was born. And then, I don't know, like around 30 when my husband passed away, that's when it started all opening up for me. I noticed that a lot of psychic mediums are actually older. I mean, there can be younger ones, but older. Yeah, I haven't watched any of it because I don't want to know. So if you guys are a part of the group, the Psychic Sleuth podcast group on Facebook, there is a submission post there. There's a page and there's a group. You can put a submission post there. I have never gotten to that, to be honest. I've never gotten to any of the submissions there. Again, I kind of just go as I can. Yep, I don't know what the deer was about, but I did get Alex. Yep, and so I'm wondering if it's because of that. That's what we thought about later. We're like, well, 30 when I fully realized it. So talking about taking on other people's pain. So I do that as well. It's a clairsentient trait. It's just clairsentience. You're feeling the emotions. So like if I go to a haunted place, I can feel like the pain that they felt when they passed. And sometimes if you were to do a reading, you would need to feel that pain to understand it. Like when I'm doing a reading, mediumship, I will feel pain. Like sometimes if you guys see me doing crime, I'm like, oh, my chest hurts, oh, my head hurts, because it has something to do with their passing. So that's part of the clairsentience of it. I actually used to be able to go into a hospital, but now I can't. Like now, last time I went to a hospital with my son, like I was getting pains all over, and once I left, I was fine. So I can actually also do that. It's just a gift, and you can there's ways to block it off. You can put up boundary like mirrors and things like that, but it's basically just a clairsentient gift, and it can spiral into more gifts, but you kind of can use it for good if you want to try to see what's going on with someone or whatever, but it is considered a gift if you look up clairsentient. No, it's not, because it's not released yet. It's just now getting edited, so it's not it wouldn't be on Amazon either. Oh, well, that's interesting. It is possible that I was picking up something it is possible then. I don't know. So I'm not doing classes right now. Like the best I do is I offer the link for the last classes I did for a certain amount, because I did charge them for that class. So I have to charge everybody to get the link too, because it's just not fair otherwise. But it's at a way discounted rate. But that's all I can do right now because I just don't have time to do classes. I just don't. She's more than an empath. Empath and clairsentient kind of run side by side, but clairsentient is a little bit stronger in feeling that. Like I said, it's not as strong as you think. Go ahead. If you've been drawn to it, there's no reason not to do it. There's also oracle cards, but I mean, you could just pick one that you feel drawn to and do it that way. Well, I don't think I'm allowed to do the voice myself for Audible. It would be nice, but I don't think I'm allowed to. And I don't know if I could get through without crying, because I cry easily. I never used to cry before my gifts, but now I'm very very emotional person now. Yep, Aquarius. Us Aquariuses. What did I miss? That's so funny. I think I'm missing something. No, you don't. No, you don't. Especially for people that like a certain person. Yep. He is. I think he is. He is. Yep. Very factual and very polite. He's always been polite with me. No, but I would love to do a doll in the shape of some of my family members. I never did because I know it has such bad repercussions that I won't do it. No, I will not. Sorry, I will not work with her. Sorry, I won't. She's too ego driven, and yeah, she came and attacked me and said I copied her and all of that. And no, I will not. Plus, I don't work with other mediums and psychics. There's a reason that I don't work with other psychic mediums, and it's because I like to trust what I get from spirit. If somebody else gets something, I don't want to bounce off of them because they might be wrong. I don't know if they're accurate. That's why Sensing Murder, that's why they do their reads separately. And then whoever's doing the show sees that they get the same stuff, but they don't ever meet or compare or anything. It can really throw everything off. So I just prefer not to do that. And again, yeah, no. Sorry, I'm not trying to be mean, but too ego driven. She came on my channel and wrote about 8 comments about how I stole her work and all that. No. Nope. Well, she has to get a replacement eye, so I mean, it's not going to really do better. She's got to get rid of it, unfortunately. Yes, dolls can be haunted. Yep, they can be. There's a playlist on Dulce. You got to go watch it. I mean, Dulce was really tough. I got a lot of information on other cases with her. Really hard time with her. She's another one that I really struggle with. Some cases are just harder than others, and sometimes it's hard to get a connection. So, I just did one recently on her, but I'm probably not going to do any more because it just doesn't seem like I'm getting anything else. Yep, Debbie Malone, Calvin Cruikshank, the other lady, I can't remember her name right now. I love all of them. I really wish they still had that show on and that I could find it because I can't find it now. Yeah, I know some people sent stuff to her, but she never responded. It does. And my sun and my rising are both Aquarius. And then my moon is a Libra. So my emotions are like a Libra, but that's where the justice comes in. Oh yeah, I can't see my own stuff. I get feelings and stuff about my own life and like things I should do and all of that, but I mean, I can't see my future or anything like that. And I don't know a lot of psychics to give me like, and it's better to get a reading from like a mediumship reading from someone else because I know too much about my own loved ones. It's better that way. It's more, what's the word? Validating. Yep. And so again, but I prefer to just trust spirit. I feel like when we work with others, it can really throw us off. Um and I'm not trying to be mean or talk crap, so please don't go running to her and tell her that I'm talking crap. I'm just saying the truth and the way it is. Not doing readings tonight. I haven't seen any updates on anything. I swear I try to live under a rock. It was bad. It was so ego driven. It's just bad. You can't have ego in this work. You just can't. Oh, shoot. I don't know what I'm doing. I keep... Nope. No reading on JFK. Hello. I don't know. I can't remember my degree. I honestly, I can't remember. I have lots of, I have a lot of cards. I actually got some moon cards I haven't even tried yet. I like the animal cards. I haven't tried those yet. I have a Talking to Heaven deck, which I really like that I did a reading on here for. This one is just a fun deck. It's the Oracle with the Attitude. It's called the Rebel deck, and it basically cusses and like tells you how things are. So I really like it because that's how I am. I shoot straight from the hip. I don't mess around. Nope. I mean, that's just my opinion. I haven't done a reading on it, so just the feelings and thoughts that I have. So I know a lot of people think the Clintons, but I don't know about that. Yep. I'm telling you, I just I've thought about it. I just don't want the repercussions of it, trust me. If you guys even knew what certain people did to me, you would feel the way I feel about it. The booking link is in the description box. I am booked until October. I think that was the last I checked. And I think it's only going to go further. So if you want one, I would suggest. I know. And I always I'm such a perfectionist, okay, that I'm always like, man, I need to get more information. I need to get more information. Like, I'm not getting enough. And so I feel like some of my readings aren't good. I realize they are, and I'm just giving what spirit gives, but I'm really hard on myself. Well, I have had somebody steal mine, and the only reason I know is because I told that, and I made a video about it. I'm thinking about deleting the video because it doesn't even matter anymore. But I told that person specifically something that only she knew. And the next day she came out with a video of the same thing I told her, and she only knew it. So, and then there was another one where I did a live and I said a specific road, and the next day she said that same road. It doesn't really work like that. Like, we can get similar stuff, but not same exact information usually when it comes to names and stuff. It was just she'd already did it once and then again. And so, I didn't say any names, but I did call it out because I knew for a fact because of the first time. But people can steal others' work, but my readings came out before Donna's. So mine came out the 18th and 19th, and she didn't do hers till the 22nd. And then she tried to say that I stole the Ted Bundy thing from her when I first mentioned it on the 18th, and hers didn't come out till the 22nd. She didn't even say it in her reading. She said it in her comments. So that's why it's ridiculous. And again, I'm not trying to talk crap. This is just what happened. Yeah, it's kind of hard to steal when you go first. Exactly. And our information wasn't even the same. I never once said a damn thing about a bakery or bread or any of the gruesome stuff that she says, because spirit does not work like that. Who gifted memberships? What did I miss? If you gifted memberships, thank you, but I didn't see it. Oh yeah, she was, because she came on my, and I'm like, you guys, I'm not even trying to talk crap because I don't like to do that. Like, I'm not that type of person. But yeah, no, she was talking about me, and she came she literally, I woke up the next day after he was arrested to about 8 comments, a comment on each of my videos stating that I stole her information. So I was like, dude, no. I was so upset. I blocked her and I'm still seeing her stuff. I don't. Thank you. I'm glad to have you here, Chloe Jade. It's nice to have you here. Yeah, and we even have people that work behind the scenes. I got a couple people like Lizzie and Angela. I didn't know there was any gifted. I guess I'm not seeing it yet. Whoever gifted, thank you. Yeah. Yep. Ego does that to people, unfortunately. It's sad. I always try to keep my ego in check. I've been told I have an ego one time. I was like, dude, please get the fuck out of here. Like, everybody that knows me knows I'm super humble and I try to stay that way. And again, I'm nothing without spirit. They do everything. They give me the information. Hey, quit that. Freaking jerk cat. Trying to mess up my couch. And he's got all kinds of scratchers around here. I mean, I don't know who to tell what she told you in a dream state. I mean, I don't know. No, I'm not doing readings right now. I'm not doing readings. I'm too tired. Yeah, dude. I love all of them. Dude, Calvin, like I would marry that dude in a heartbeat. Calvin Kirkshank, I love him. I don't know what it is about him. He just has this magnetism that I just love. You know, some like you're talking about, like some people you're just drawn to. I'm totally drawn to him. I like her too, but I just totally am drawn to him. And I like the way he works with spirit. Like he tells it straight up. He's like, come on, you gotta talk to me. Like, you gotta tell me, just tell me where you are. Come on. I mean, I don't. You can definitely. Thank you, MMB. I appreciate that. It's very sweet of you to say. I'm glad. And you know what? The Kurt Cobain reading, like, someone like wanted me to do that. I didn't even know who Kurt Cobain was. And he had me do that reading, and I was like, I asked him if I could release it. It was all done private. So no, probably not. I don't think so. I don't think it'll ever come out. You kidding me? Do you think she wants to go to jail if she got away with it this long? Yeah, no. I said I was going to come on here for a little bit. I've been in here for an hour, 30 minutes. Lord, guys. Is it possible a person passed away that has a good heart but is very arrogant would have a time where they're not willing to accept the things they are needing to learn? I mean, usually we accept it when we go to the other side. Like that's the whole point of being over there. If we're not ready to accept it, that's when we go to the lower astrals. But normally we do. They get explained all that on the other side. Yep, and that's exactly what I was being, was honest. So again, I'm not talking crap. So I hope none of her little people go and run to her and tell her I was talking crap, because I'm not. I just think she was a scared girl. I don't think she's involved in any ways. I don't know. I don't know. You guys just think I know stuff. I just don't know stuff. You know, you have to connect to spirit and do that. Yeah, I was out like 3 or 4 days before. That's what I'm saying. And they were more detailed, I think. So yeah, there wasn't anything like yeah. Was it her that said that, or was that, I don't think it was her that said that. I think that was on Reddit. If she said that, that's bad. Yeah, and names are super hard to get. Like, I never even know when if I get a name that means anything, but I'll always say a name, and sometimes it doesn't even fit the case, or it's a connection. Like, I got Brandon, I think in the first or second reading, that ended up being BK's friend, like in high school. So, I mean, I never know where they're gonna fit. I haven't got to the part where it was gifted. Thank you so much for gifting the memberships. That's very sweet of you. And I haven't even done anything for members. I'm so sorry, guys. I hate only being one person. You know, it's weird. Like, I mentioned the Night Stalker along with Ted Bundy, and it's like if they had a baby, they would be BK because he has the curlier hair. I don't know. It's weird. Somebody said that. I was like, oh, weird. Yeah, a lot of them are. I mean, it's a mental illness. Thank you, Jennifer Mary. That's very sweet. I don't know how it works, but so yes, I've had dreams of my own loved ones, where it was real and they passed away. And also I give readings in my dreams. It's very weird. Like, I'll literally have like someone there, like a client, and I'll be giving them a reading as I'm sleeping. It's the weirdest thing. I don't know why. And you know, I've had dreams of um I had a dream of someone before he passed away, and I knew he was going to pass away. That was really hard on me because she was a client and it was her son, and I didn't know what to do with the information. And that had never happened to me before. Luckily, you know, she was open to it. But yeah, I've had dreams like that. I had a dream about my dad the other night. And I was like, I hope he hasn't passed away, or is it going to? It's just one of those things, one of those weird feelings. He's pretty old, so I don't know. Well, yeah, I mean, everybody has ego, but you know what I mean? Like, I don't have the unhealthy kind. I try to keep it all in check. Yeah, you can message me privately. It's just not my kind of music. That's why I didn't know anything about it. Hi, Lizzie. I don't know what you mean. You don't know who to believe. I haven't seen any super chats. I mean, I seen the $10 one. I thought I put it up. Oh, fuck, I don't know. I'm getting tired, you guys. Yeah, they keep their sense of humor. They just drop the negative stuff. They basically have the same personality without any of the negative stuff. Yeah. And spirit doesn't work like that. They don't give that kind of information. I don't know. I heard that they were trying to sue her. I don't know how true it is. Okay. Good luck at your test. Yeah, it's like astral readings. Exactly. It's really weird. It could be helping. Yep. It's so odd. I've always wondered, and I never thought of it that way, like astral, like call them astral readings, but that totally makes sense. I don't understand the reason or the purpose for them, but it's really super interesting and crazy. It's like I wake up like I've been giving readings. I don't know. I feel like it kind of blocks, but then there's sometimes I feel like it opens you up. I think it just depends. Yay, bubbles. I know. I'm going to be getting around soon. I got to have to take care of the dogs still. They're probably mad at me the last 2 nights. It's been wild. Plus, I've been having to let the goats out in the house. So the dogs are like, why are we locked up? I just don't trust them yet. I don't get a lot of dreams with my loved ones, though. And I've had experience with my husband. Like one time I felt like he was holding me. It's been a while since that happened. But, it's stuff you can't really forget when it happens. I know I need to. You know what? I put up those scratchers on the couch because it's a new couch. I put up scratchers on it. So hopefully they wouldn't scratch it. And I put up the tape on the back. But I need to find some of that spray. Well, they haven't messed it up yet. But I don't know. I think the one that she's doing is Vedic. The one that we did. But I like both. I actually did astrology class and I just kind of forgot everything. No one is 100% accurate. We are at the best 80-90%. I have been blessed to be pretty accurate with my stuff. I don't even know what my accuracy is. And he wasn't, because it wasn't even a really sexual thing. It had sexual undertones, but it was more revenge and hate and all of that. He didn't take the time to do any of that. Sorry, but that's not right. It's inaccurate, in my opinion. Oh, gross. No, Spirit doesn't give that information, and it's a bunch of crap. Sorry. It is, but my brain can't remember stuff. It's really bad. Like, I can't. What are you doing, dude? Like, Spirit, I'm telling you, Spirit does not give that kind of information. They do not give gruesome information like that. And I can tell you one thing, he did not take the time to do that. He was in and out. He didn't take the time to do any of that crap. It is not accurate, in my opinion. Sorry. Not trying to call her out, but no. No. You know how much time that would take? He would get caught. He didn't take the time to do that crap. It wasn't even a sexual crime, really. It had undertones of it, but that's not what it was about. Yeah, I think it's verdict that. Yeah, I think it's verdict that she did. I can't remember, but I'm sure. Yep, that's because we're all together on the other side. They can send radio songs. Yes. Those are signs. Yep. It's just him letting you know. There's no reason to be confused. It's just him letting you know he's there. It's not a big. They just like to do that sometimes. Yeah, no. Spirit doesn't do that. It's disrespectful. And I'm telling you, they won't be that gruesome. And I'm telling you, he did not take the time to do that. Yep. Exactly. This right here comment, best comment of the night when it comes to this situation. It doesn't come from a positive energetic vibration. More than likely she's getting it from somewhere negative, or it's her mind, because it's hard to tell her mind. Okay, I'm not saying she's not gifted and all. I'm not saying that, but sometimes it's hard to tell our mind. Our mind can run away from us. I learned that a long time ago to try to keep my mind in check when everybody was running off with the Kylie conspiracies, or I was like, no, because everybody's mind was like going wild. So that can happen easily, but he did not take the time to do any of that. It's a bunch of crap, hoo-ha crap. And if you guys see my readings, I'm very connected to Spirit, and I am never gruesome in any way, and you don't need to be. You don't need to be. People get what I'm saying without being that way. It's not, it's just not the way that spirit works with you. Oops. Sorry. I didn't do that. Crap. No, get out of here. Sorry, I clicked the wrong thing. What about a crow? Crows aren't bad. They're just a sign of magic. I love crows. Crows are cool. I think I actually have a crow guide as a new guide because it was talking to me the other day, or not long ago. Sometimes that's how they tell you that's sometimes how they tell you that they're a guide, is they'll introduce themselves like that. Yeah, ravens are similar. You can look up what their meanings are on there. It's usually a guide if they come to you like that. Exactly. Yep. And you should get chills because chills are a sign of truth. I always love when I get chills because it tells me that what I'm giving is the truth. They're a sign of truth. They're a sign of filling spirit. So chills are always important to get during a reading. It's very possible. Yeah, I think it's a new guide for me. I didn't have them before. My son did. But one day I was outside and it was like talking to me. Yep, you've got to have integrity in this work. That's for sure. Thank you. I don't get my voice. I don't get my thing with my voice, but okay. Awesome. I'm here to teach. That's a big part, I feel like, of my path, is to kind of show people how all of this works. So when it comes to guides, like, sometimes they're lifelong and sometimes they come in and out as we need them. We have some that we're born with that stay there through our lifetimes, and we have some that go in and out of our lives as we need them for whatever we need them for. And yes, we can get new guides. Most of the time, our loved ones don't become our guides, but they can. It just depends. But most of the time, it's not someone from this life, but they can. It can happen. Oh, crap. Well, Jennifer Mary, thank you very much for being a part of this. Good night. And thank you. I always try to remain humble. Yep. And my unicorn guides are really coming into play because I'm like really drawn to unicorns again. I always loved them, but like lately, yeah. Yeah, that's usually, I mean, they can speak through you for sure. That was my husband's name, Luna. That's funny. Or is. Owls aren't bad either. I have an owl. They're definitely a nighttime guide. They're about clairvoyance from what I remember, but you can Google. You can Google it. They're not a bad omen, no. I had my owl guide announce itself. Me and my son. Most of my son was open. He still has an owl guide, whether he wants one or not. But so we were in the living room, and all of a sudden the electric went out. There was no reason for the electric to go out, and we heard the hoot of owl 3 times, 2 different owls, and then everything came back on. I knew at that moment that was the owl guides introducing themselves to us. I know. I get shocked too sometimes. Like I said, it's all spirit. Yeah, sometimes they grow out of it. All kids are very open and they see spirit and stuff when they come in. They're more prone to it, but they can grow out of it because we get a little, humanity in life kind of takes over. Yeah, dragons too. But dragons now remind me of little Quentin. No, they're not family members at all. Like I said, it's rare for a family member to pass away and become a guide. Not saying that they can't, but it's rare for it. It's normally people that we knew on the other side prior that you decide to have them guide you through life. So our family members aren't really our guides. Like I said, they can be. It's possible, but they normally aren't. Wonderful. I'm so glad, Linda. You can have animal guides. Yes. So they're like spirit guides but animals. I am really good at seeing people's animals guides. Not so much their other guides, which it depends on if they want to show themselves, but animal guides I can it's like a gift. I can see just like babies. I can see it like that. Um Thank you, Cindy. That means a lot. And she's an Aquarius, Shazam, so um isn't she? She is, right? Wait, what is your daughter? Which one? You have so many. I don't know. How do we feel about our higher selves and the role our higher selves plays in our lives? I mean, our higher selves do play a role in our lives. It's almost like a guidance system, right? It's like another aspect of us. I don't know much about um higher selves, but I always was taught it was like an aspect of us, and I feel like it does play a role, kind of almost like another guide, right? Um January what though? Yeah, because you'd be cheating on me, Shazam. No, just kidding. uh I'm glad, you guys. I'm so glad. Shazam was saying, more people need to see you. She hated working that case, but I needed to work it. But hey, mister, quit. No chewing tags. Dude, why do you guys like chewing the tags? No. These goats like keep trying to chew tags. Oh, January 14th? Okay, Capricorn. Huh. Interesting. Earth signs are usually healers. My son's the 6th. Hey, dude. Dude. No. No. I tried to block him off from this with the heater, but it's not working. Like, it's just a different aspect of us. I mean, yeah. I mean, they're saying that we're living different things in different dimensions. Maybe. My mom called me a crow the other day because I love shiny things. That might be why I love shiny things. Like I love, like the jewels on my nails and things like that. Glitter. Yep. Well, I mean, they help you with what they help you with, but you can always like I said, if you Google like what those guides are and the meanings of them, I have an animal speak book that's really good too. Um, I can't remember who it's by, but if you look up animal speak on Amazon, it'll tell you a lot about the different animals. and animal guides and the history behind them and all that. Quit rubbing your horns on the freaking heater, weirdos. Yeah, I don't know much about it, but Reading Rainbow Moments. Yeah, I remember that show. Yeah, I'm a Libra moon. I feel you on that. I know. I actually got, it was weird the way that came in, because it came in with Kylie. So I got her and Kylie like together, and then that other couple. So it was hard to differentiate. Like when I did the auto write, I picked up more Jalissa than Kylie, so it was hard to differentiate. But once Kylie was found in the water, once they made me go back to the water, I understood where Jalissa went, like where she, because a lot of people turn it into like conspiracies. I know how my interconnects work, and I know that it was 3 accidents that happened that weekend, so I was going to get the interconnects for them. And so once I realized she was missing, it was kind of like, okay, I know that she kind of had an accident. And so, a lot of people like psychic mediums and whatever, if they don't have the right training, sometimes they can let their mind run away. And I was just always taught to like keep it in check, because I took a class with Lisa Williams, and I took a crime medium class, and she was trying to say, that's one thing I remember from the class, is keep your mind in check, because it can run away with you. It's hard to understand. You need to make sure that it's coming to you, not from you. And I think a lot of people don't understand that, so they run away with these wild conspiracy things. And because with Kylie, I actually saw her go in the water before we ever knew. Like, I saw a car go in the water, and then somebody's like, hey, this girl's missing, maybe it's her. So oh shoot. Yeah, and you know what? I have a lot of people try to tell me that what I'm saying is wrong and what they're saying is right. All I know is what I get from spirit. And so it's like, can you channel spirit? Were you there? I don't know what to say, because it came when I wasn't even trying. And the same thing goes with, any other case. I posted the shortened version of Idaho for the first reading, and you have people telling me, oh, there's not a chain link fence. Oh, there's not a black car. Do you guys watching? I mean, yes, there's a chain link fence by a blue house right by their house. I will get information on where the crime took place. So they're describing to me what it looks like outside. Probably what he passed. The black car was the Uber. And again, feeling close, I misperceived that for living close when he was just by them all the time. He was stalking them, so I felt his energy close, and I misperceived it as living close, but he was just close all the time. So, yeah, we do that too. It's called mind reading. Thank you, Emanate. They're elementals. Fairies, nature beings, all that. That's all elemental stuff. They're on they're a different vibration than us, or a different dimension, but they're real. Oh, I do have so much air in my chart. It's ridiculous. Like that's why I kind of get like up in my head, but that's, all my rising, my star sign, and my moon sign are all air. I know, that's why I try to tell people. But people, they're like, no, there's no chain link fence. No, there's no black car. Yes, there was. The Uber they took home was black. I never saw his car, and I was always honest with that. I saw him walking. There's no way he drove right up to the front door anyways. He walked.